Today is December 16th, 2024. The US government just broke a very interesting news. Elon Musk is going to come together with Ramaswamy to actually build the Ministry of Government Effectiveness. What does this mean? It is necessary to greatly eliminate the various deficit problems of the US government. The US government, although it used to be a political system of small government, big society, but now governments have gotten bigger. How big is it? Let's look at a few interesting questions about this. Every year. The past is 2023. The US government budget is $6.80 trillion. And it turned out that after spending, it was $8.6 trillion. Reverse the numbers and bring huge spending to the people. There are several theories about this. This is the first one. What about this statement? Some money is spent by the government without any need. Completely unnecessary. Take the US tax code. What about 1955? The US tax code contains only 1.5 million words. And today, the US tax code has ballooned to 16 million words because the US Department of Government Efficiency says that every taxpayer, American taxpayers, spend $6.5 billion preparing their tax returns. Therefore, this matter must be optimized immediately. What about the second question? Talking about the US Department of Defense, because in the past 7 years, none of the US Department of Defense did not have these audits. You say it's not strange. This is the most auditable place. Every year, nearly $900 billion will be spent this year without audit. And the Pentagon has an $824 billion budget. I don't know the direction. I don't know where the flowers are. Musk commented on this. Now is the time for the government's work department to take action. Later, he also mentioned that the Ministry of Education and Agriculture audit problems are also frequent. Ramaswamy pointed out that the Ministry of Education has not conducted an audit for 3 consecutive years. I just talked about the expenditure of the Ministry of Defense once to Afghanistan. When taken seriously by the US Department of Defense, when it is taken seriously by the US government, the plane audited by the US government suddenly crashed. Who knocked it down? I don't know. Let's not talk about life. Afterwards, no one dared to go to Afghanistan to audit. So the USDA has a huge flaw. And Congress said there are really programs that we can't manage. It's impossible to audit, and one of them, there's $516 billion in the last 10 years going nowhere. Of course, the US government is currently proposing to end this. Many people, what about many government officials working from home with a salary? And what about government efficiency? Super low. So this question, this Ramaswamy says, this is the government. This is crazy. So what about this proposal? The government must accelerate various audit projects. So this is a big problem for them at the moment. The federal government, of course, has its own frauds. What about the problem of receiving money in fraud internally? What about this question? One after another. Look at the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal in the past 2 days. Let's jointly analyze the problems existing in the current US government.